Next up, we have Mega Man 5 on Game Boy with the Skipper. And then right after that, we'll have, for the very first time, a brand new Mega Man game, Mega Man 11. But take it away now, Skipper.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
So this is weird. We never, basically never have,
Maybe.
the start button doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, yay.
That's fun. Let me try the other controller.
Well, how are you guys doing today? Mega Man-athon and everybody out there. We are playing Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. I think this is the first time that we're actually running Mega Man 5.
Not the first time, but it is definitely, I think, the first time that we've ever cut a game and then put it back in.
That is true. But while he gets the other controller up and running, we do have two donations that came through. We have a $20 donation from Michael, and then a $50 donation from Chad. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Thank you guys, really.
There we go. Start
Yay!
button works.
1994.
Yes. Oh, first things first. Change the control so that does that. Okay, here we go.
So Mega Man 5 actually was the first Game Boy game that they did actually original Robot Masters for.
Yep.
Because everything leading up before then was just Robot Masters from the previous NES games.
Yes.
So this is the introduction of these Star Droids. These are Robot Masters that were based off of the different planets in the solar system.
Including the, at the time, still planet Pluto.
It's still a planet. No, it's still a planet. I don't care. It's still a planet. So what's different about Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy is that your charge shot isn't an actual buster shot this go around. You actually just launch your fist at the opponent. Something similar to the ability in Mega Man 7 for the Super Nintendo. And what's also kind of cool is that you can actually upgrade the attack later on, so that you can actually damage opponents more. Essentially, the hand just grabs on and just, like, I guess, chomps at the enemy. I don't know how you would explain it.
Yeah, it's called the, what is it? The Mega Claw, yeah, it's like MC, Mega Claw. I think that's what it is.
And then there's another ability that you can use that upgrades it so that it acts kind of similar to like a quick boomerang or boomerang cutter that we just used with Maverick Hunter X, where you can use it to pick up items. This also introduces the P-chips, similar to the Bolt system that was seen in future Mega Man titles, which you can use to then upgrade Mega Man for different abilities.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, like, features in this game that would become, like, staples in later in the series. So it's kind of weird that they originate from, like, this obscure little Game Boy game.
Which had an amazing soundtrack.
I agree.
Amazing boss designs. And it was kind of... I'm actually surprised that of all the franchises, that Star Droids didn't make some sort of, like, an appearance in Star Force.
Yeah,
actually.
right?
So we have, of course, the traditional underwater. Is this,
Well, Spike's hitbox was a little bigger than I...
Which one do we start with? Because I don't...
This is Neptune.
Neptune, okay. That was the other thing with the Game Boy games, is that you actually start with 4 Robot Masters, then there's like a mini, like, intermission boss, and then you go after another 4 Robot Masters as well.
And what's weird is that, like, there's technically 9 Star Droids with Terra, so the weakness loop is kind of weird. It doesn't, like, you can't fight some bosses with their actual weakness when you fight them at first. You have to wait until you get to the boss rush, which is kind of weird. The only negative that I would peg against the game is that it is pretty ridden with slowdown, but that's not really its fault because the Game Boy is the Game Boy.
Yeah. And we are playing this on a Super Game Boy 2, actually.
Yes, which is exclusive to Japan, but it's very easy to mod your Super Nintendo to get the Japanese carts to work with it.
And we also have a $200 donation
Oh,
from
wow.
Frost Tsunami. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
Gotta dodge all the cannons and all the... Wait, now can you jump through the doors?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So now we have Mercury here.
Neptune.
Neptune. Whatever his name is. They're planets. they're...
There we go.
And...
So what's kind of cool about the Mega Arm is that the half charge does 2 damage. Normally, a half charge in a Mega Man game will only do 1 damage, but it's just a bigger hitbox. But it actually does 2 damage in this, so it's actually useful. Now we get Neptune's lovely weapon called Salt Water.
I have questions.
I guess the sodium content is so high that it erodes the robot enemies.
I guess.
I don't know.
Hey, there's Mercury.
There he is.
I knew he was somewhere.
So this is like your typical Metal Man type stage with the conveyor belts, except they switch direction spontaneously. So you have to be aware of when that happens.
I missed all those P-chips.
Yeah, thankfully, the only thing I need to buy is 1 W tank.
Yeah.
Gonna hang out here for a sec. Okay. Gets that
Bye.
enemy to despawn.
Yeah. Bye, we didn't want to fight you anyways. Oh no, the soundtrack for 5 is really good. So now we've got the typical going to squish you conveyor belt.
Yep, except now it's from the bottom instead of the top like usual.
And we're just gonna damage boost through all the enemies. Use Neptune's weapon to take out the hammer mets. Essentially just knock them to the ground and send debris scattering.
Yeah, you see? Oh!
No!
See, it got me. You gotta pay... You gotta pay attention to what direction the conveyor belt is going in.
Alright, so last life, we can do this.
Yeah, I
By
got
we, I
this.
mean you, because you're the one that's playing. I'm just here for color commentary. Should've really gone for that one.
Wow, this thing has a lot of health. Okay, there we
yeah,
go.
no, they do.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, when you boomerang the fist back at enemies, it can sometimes hit twice and kill them very quickly like that.
There's a little S-Star droid above the door. And now Mercury.
So do not let him hit you, because his gimmick is that he steals your items. So he can steal P-chips, he can steal E-tanks, he can steal your weapon energy, so it's not fun.
And essentially he just bounces from one side to the other.
He's sort of like a devil, kind of. So the way he works, he has two patterns, and the way he works is that his, if his health is even, he'll do one pattern, and if his health is odd, he'll do another pattern. So I want him to keep doing this fast pattern. So I'm keeping his health at an odd number until the final hit, and boom. I really love these webbing hit sequences.
Oh yeah.
Pixel art is excellent. Do they offer this game at the eShop, Casbah?
I think so.
Yes, it is. It's on the 3DS eShop. So we get the Grab Buster, which is cool because it steals life energy from enemies and gives it to you.
Just like Mercury would have done if you got hit.
Yeah.
Who's the rest of the sentence I was gonna say.
So Mars is, I believe, the Roman god of war. And so Mars is a tank.
Which makes sense.
Not sure what banana throwing monkeys have to do with war, but there you go.
Everything. You just don't understand. Well, you know, for one thing, they learned from Donkey Kong 64. Remember Donkey Kong with the coconut gun?
I don't know about you, but I don't like Donkey Kong 64. I'm sure Brittany is fuming at me for saying that, but
So now I got our first mini boss. Yeah, it's the standard mini boss, just punch him in the face. Or the nose, apparently.
like you get the Nintendo Power strategy guide. And it's like strategy for defeating the mini boss: punch it in the face.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate. Yeah.
So you want to take out those slot machine things very quickly because they will go into invincible mode and get in your way and take forever. So as you see, he spins, he's invincible, but I'm going to take him out with Mercury there.
Too bad he wasn't weak to salt water.
The greatest Mega Man weapon of all time. So I'm just going to let this guy destroy himself. Bye.
Oh look, it's the same mini boss.
Except this time, he fires at slightly different intervals. And dead. So I don't know if you can actually notice, but the physics on the Game Boy games are quite a bit different than the NES games. Mega Man has like some air momentum, so if you try to, you see, he sort of keeps going for a bit, so you gotta be wary of that. So I'm gonna take out Mars here with my lovely salt water.
Who knew? Well, I mean, you know, you can take tank erosions. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Bye, Mars. Well, now what planet will we visit now that we blew up Mars?
Venus, of course.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird. I feel like they should have the first 4 planets and then the last 4 planets, but they don't really do that.
Because it's exactly what you were thinking. That's why. These are the star droids, actually.
Yeah, I think they were in the Archie comics, right? I'm pretty sure they were in the Archie.
Sure, but I didn't actually.
Yeah, they don't get referenced often, if at all.
Hey, look, photon missiles.
So we have not Toadman. And Venus is...
That's totally Toadman.
Oh, I love... This is like...
This is a good soundtrack.
Yes, it's so jazzy.
You know what's kind of interesting, though, is that the Super Game Boy, and even then, like, a Game Boy Color kind of ruins the stage, because for lack of a better term, the blobs that will fall to damage you are actually a different color.
Yes.
So you can be like, oh, that's the one.
So you want to be careful with those bees, because if they hit you, they'll inject some kind of poison, which slows you down, which is really annoying.
Yeah, they were in the Mega Man Gigamix, but they weren't in. They were just mentioned in the Archie comics, apparently.
Okay. So you want to be careful with these waterfalls because they essentially just erase the terrain. So if you're standing on a platform and the waterfall falls on you, you'll just drop straight to your death. So you got to be careful. Weird enemy that only shows up like here in one other room. And the owls. Not sure what.
Oh, the owls.
Not sure what owls have to do with bubbles or mercury or whatever, but here you go.
Yes. Oh, that was the other thing too, is that there are mini E-tanks. You can't use them. What you have to do is you have to collect 4 mini E-tanks to do a full E-tank.
Yep.
Much like that of the piece of hearts in Zelda.
Yes. Got anything for me, Eddie?
Eddie!
Hey!
Oh, what up? He is useful.
This is a weird gimmick. So you'll notice that some bubbles are bigger than others. The bigger ones bounce you higher, and the smaller ones bounce you lower. So you got to be wary of that.
Oh no, there you go.
So one handy thing to know is you can slide across one-tile gaps. So make use of that. 1, 2. Real close slide. Oh, this room sucks. Okay.
There, as far as remakes of these games, there was actually at one point a collection that was going to be made for Game Boy Advance. Unfortunately, it was canceled.
I believe it was called Mega Man-Mania.
Yep. But
Something about them losing the source code for the Game Boy games, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember what the answer. I don't remember what the reasoning was. But no, they haven't been remade since. They've been redistributed, like we said before, on the 3DS eShop.
Right.
But that's about it.
So the quirk with Venus is that he jumps whenever you shoot. So you can sort of goad him into landing on your missiles. Like that. Boom. And for defeating him, we get a seemingly impractical weapon, but it's actually pretty useful. It's called Bubble Bomb. It's got a very strange trajectory, but it is great at anti-air. So you see it goes boop boop along the ceiling and blows up.
Just like bubbles usually do.
But not only that, rush coil, which is weird. 'cause
Well,
you
now
normally
you showed up.
Yeah, you normally get it by default, but I don't know.
This was also the introduction of Tango, right?
Yes. And this is, I think, the only official game where you can actually use him. He shows up in like cameos in like other games, but this is the only one where you can actually use him.
Yeah, Tango shows up as cameos, I believe, in 9 and 10 if you do Proto Man in the shops.
Yes.
And then Tango is a versus character if you're playing Battle.net franchise. He's a Navi customizer part.
I did not know that.
I forgot what Tango actually does in the PvP aspect. But Tango isn't, because Tango, Beat, and Rush are all in there. Beat steals an opponent's battle chip, and I forgot what Rush and Tango do. But no, Tango actually restores her health. That's what Tango does.
Oh.
I forgot what Rush... If Taraj was here, he'd correct me on all this stuff. He'd be like, hey, this is what happens.
I am not the Battle Network expert in the slightest. Classic is my forte. So this is Terra. He's got Raditz hair.
He also makes the stage fall, like, 2 feet.
Yeah. And it's a devil.
Oh, not a devil! Oh, well, it wouldn't be a Mega Man game without a devil. I think. The devil may just be going to work.
Oh, here he comes. 3,
okay.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Okay. So yeah, you can take him out in one cycle, but you have to like take damage and then very carefully place your missiles, and I've only been able to do it a couple times. So I'm not gonna go for that, unfortunately. But I will take him out in 2 cycles. 1, 2, and done.
What was the official name for this devil?
I believe it's Dark Moon.
Okay.
Pun not intended, Star Zim's universe. Pun not intended. So, you can mash through text by wiggling the D-pad around, which I did not know until fairly recently. Gonna grab a W-tank here for later in the game. And then we're gonna head off to fight the next 4 Star Droids, who are actually in space.
So Rush gets converted into a spaceship.
Yep.
Because at this time we did not have the orbital elevator in the X series.
It's weird, this little song you're playing during this cutscene, you don't get to hear all of it because the cutscene ends too early. So we're gonna start off with Pluto, who apparently this game canonically takes place before Mega Man 7, and Slash Man's design is based on Pluto's.
I can see it.
Just gonna bounce over that guy because he takes 1,000,000 years to defeat. This is another great track. I love Pluto's theme. Of these things. Do not let those magnet enemies stay alive for any longer than you have to, because they are a pain. Neptune here is going to take out this mini-boss in 2 hits.
Yay, saltwater!
You gotta be careful with these girders that are falling, because if you are underneath them, they will actually damage you. That's a tight squeeze. Okay. That's a scary room. I'm glad I made it through that. Yeah, saltwater, surprisingly useful.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know what attack he's using unless he screams it out like 1,000,000 times. That's why Storm Tornado was so effective. Mega Man could just like scream out saltwater every time he uses it. I mean, I get it. It's a Game Boy game, and the technology really was only used for.
I would love to hear like a bit crushed, you know,
Well,
coming out of the Game Boy.
Remember Pokemon Pikachu Edition?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. Good old saltwater again.
Oh, missed the cutscene trigger.
I didn't know that was possible.
What you gonna give us, Proto Man? Oh, an S-ball. That refills everything.
Thanks, Proto Man. You
all right.
How did you get into space?
Yeah, right.
Did you hitch a ride? Just hold on the back of Rush when we weren't looking.
So I'm gonna see if I can take Pluto out in one cycle. It's very tricky to do so. Let's see. Nope. Almost though. If you time it just
you
right,
got it.
you can get him before he even falls down.
Yeah, but Pluto's gone.
Yep.
Bye, Pluto. It's destroyed to make way for an inner space bypass.
No, I think the way Proto Man made it to space is that his sunglasses are just so darn cool that he can bend space and time to just do whatever he wants. This is an awesome weapon.
Yes.
Break dash, like it's free iframes. So if you want to go through it, you're like, I don't want to fight this enemy. Break dash, go right through him. Bam.
Headcanon accepted. So ironically, we faced Pluto on a planet that wasn't Pluto. We are facing Jupiter on Jupiter.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really pay attention to what the planet graphics look like on the stage select screen, but was like, did the Pluto graphic not actually look like Pluto?
I don't know. It didn't look like it. It was too big. Well, remember, because we faced off Neptune
On Earth.
on Earth.
Oh, you just break dash right through those fellas.
Hi.
Blow up
How
that
are
guy
you?
with Venus.
Hi, everybody. So I just came in here to correct that at the time of the release of this game, we had no images of Pluto, so they had no idea what it looked like.
Oh, okay.
As we didn't have images of Pluto until like last year.
I did not know that.
Yeah, New Horizons. Sorry, Space Nerd.
You can stay if you want to.
Oh no, I just want to correct that.
Okay. All right, fine.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad we have someone here who knows about space.
Oh. There we go. Lost the TV for a second.
Good thing there weren't any pits or spikes.
Ah, because Jupiter equals Zeus. Zeus in the Roman mythos.
Oh.
You were talking about Jupiter before, and I wasn't paying attention because I was distracted by Brian.
Probably gonna take a hit here. That's fine. Okay. So coming up on the final room here, this room is very scary. I have to use my break dash just right. Not fall in the pits. There we go. Okay. Also, there's ice on Jupiter because,
Yeah.
sure,
You gotta watch out, ice is slippery.
it's the electric stage and the ice stage.
And he's weak to bubbles.
Because of course he is.
Not the bubbles. Bye, Jupiter. We hardly knew you.
Well, I'm glad we have people in the chat who know things about Roman mythology.
Saturn is Kronos.
Oh. Oh, so yeah, time stopping. Yeah, that makes sense. Interesting. Okay. Yep. And we get electric shock, which is
amazing.
Yes, it's a very, very good melee weapon. Very powerful.
Oh, good. Saturn's on Saturn. Okay.
He has a very lovely, well-defined chin. So this stage is gravity shenanigans. So you can either have half gravity or double gravity, so you gotta be wary of that.
Well, he's just stealing his power from Gravity Man.
Yeah. Also, weird slinky enemy, because sure. These things slow down time, so you want to take those out as quickly as possible. Here you're gonna see the awesomeness that is Jupiter.
Well, no, that's just 0.5 grams, and this is 2 grams.
How much is a gram of gravity? Thank you, Eddie.
Oh, okay, that works, Eddie. Thank you.
Ah. So yeah, normally the electric shock will stop your movement, but you can cancel out of that by sliding or jumping.
Yes, I know, Mirage. I was just being a jerk.
Because that's what Kazoo is good at, being a jerk.
It's what's keeping me awake right now. No, I'm kidding.
And here we're at Jupiter. Or Saturn, my bad. I'm going to use Jupiter to destroy Saturn, that's it. And he's done.
All right, while we're learning what weapon we have a $5 donation from Anonymous is chipping in for a good cause. And then we spent 6 weeks in the hospital as a kid. NBA Jam on Genesis was a huge escape for me. Thank you very much. And we have a $500 donation, also from Anonymous. Here's to a great cause. Enjoying the stream so far. Used to love this game when younger. Love to everyone. Thank you guys so much. And we want to give a shout out to DA Games. Thank you very much for that.
So up next we have Uranus. I'm going to pronounce it correctly to avoid jokes.
Yes. I'm watching you, chat. Oh, did he? Okay. DA Games also, a couple years ago, donated $1,000 to Mega Man-athon.
Which Mega Man-athon was that? 5? Okay.
So, thank you very much for all the love, DA Games. Thank you.
So Uranus' stage is like Pharaoh themed, which I'm sure someone in chat will explain this as well, but I don't get that either. We got time for your platforms, just gonna rush coil right to the ladder.
That's a good strategy.
What you got, Eddie? Ooh!
Oh!
So if you do stand on those rotating platforms for too long, you will fall, so you have to move quickly.
they're asking for a tango-only weapon for Terra. Most useful weapon ever. Only he'd scream out the name.
Yeah. So here's another Sphinx. Hopefully take it out with the rush coil strats. There we go, one cycle. Excellent. Weird little punchy enemies. Not sure what that has to do with Uranus either. Very, very strange but cool enemy designs in this game. So you can take out Uranus very quickly with break dash. 2, 3, dead.
Nope.
Die. There we
There
go.
it goes.
Okay.
Uranus is the primal Greek god personifying the sky. That's all I was able to look up.
Sky. Okay. So apparently sky equals seals and pharaohs and birds.
Why not? Well, birds make sense. Obviously.
Yeah, birds make sense. So this is sort of like Super Arm 2.0. Slightly more useful because it's just one block and there are like tons of them lying around. But again, the caveat is that you have to have blocks to use the weapon.
Not Terra again.
No, you didn't, Mega Man. Also, Mega Man talking. That's weird.
Does
At least,
that
at least,
in 11
yeah. At this,
and 7.
in 1994, it was probably weird.
It did. Well, 7 was.
7 was 95.
Oh, okay. I thought 7 was earlier than that.
So Terra's weird. He's got this like, he's got a laser that chases you, and he can also freeze you in place.
But we're just gonna throw rocks in his face.
Yeah. Bye, Terra.
What you miss is that in the opening cutscene, Mega Man tries taking him out with the Mega Buster. All he needed to do was just pick up rocks. That's all he needed to do was just pick up rocks. Okay.
So for defeating him, we get the Spark Chaser, which is homing and attacks multiple times. It's extremely useful. You sure did, Mega Man. You defeated all the Star Droids. Ooh. Uh-oh. What's that? Uh-oh. A skull?
It's
A
called-
W?
it's-
Could it be?
It's copyright infringement.
Wily, is he behind this? Yes, Mega Man. Yes, he is.
No, he's not. No. It's Dr. Wywee.
Dr. Wywee.
Completely different person. Completely different person. Has no relation whatsoever. All right, while Mega Man decides to fly into space with Proto Man invisibly hanging on, we have a $50 donation from CG5. Such epic gamers you are, GG boys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, we got a space shooter segment. And you can press the A button to dash around, which I did not know the first several times I played this game.
So is this Mega Man R-Type now?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So the, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the developers of this game are, it was outsourced to a company called Minakuchi Engineering. And they developed Game Boy 1, 3, 4, and 5. And they were very well known for their shooters, and since this was their last Game Boy game, Capcom was like, hey, why don't you like put a tribute to like your legacy and have a little space shooter segment in the game, and that's why it's in.
And now it's canon that Rush has a buster in his mouth.
Yeah.
Why do the robots need space helmets? Why does Mega Man need a space helmet?
That is a great question. So, these lasers do a lot of damage, but thankfully it's the same exact pattern every single time. You just alternate up and down and they'll never hit you. This is cute. They zoom out, quote unquote, to show how large the Wily star is.
It is a really cool pixel, though.
Yeah.
Really cool pixel art.
Loving the stereo explosions. Sometimes you can get 4 shots in there, but not always. That's a good. I think that's a reasonable explanation. Talk.
To keep the viewers from freezing.
Yeah, keep them from freezing.
Don't bring logic into this. All right, fair enough.
And there we go.
Yay, we blew it up. We're done. We can go home. Oh, we have to go inside of it.
I love this track. It's so ominous, evil sounding. So you notice those electric enemies did appear in Jupiter stage, but they had a different appearance. Before they just had a regular face, but now they have Sniper Joe eyes, which is sort of to, you know, symbolize that, oh, now Wily is revealed, so the enemies will reflect that. It's pretty cool.
I mean, but of course Wily wasn't behind this.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Pluto dash right through that guy. Oh.
I recognize that sprite.
Hey, what's up, Anchor? So, in this stage, you get to fight all of the previous Mega Man killer enemies, which appeared in the first 4 Game Boy games. So, this is Anchor from Mega Man 1 on Game Boy, and we are going to see the others throughout the stage.
I thought Anchor and they were only in 2.
Anchor was in 1, and Quint was in 2.
Oh, okay.
The greatest Mega Man villain of all time, Quint.
Yes.
Watch out for the spikes, hold to the left. Just dash right through these suckers. There we go. Here's Quint.
Speaking of Quint.
So, Quint, I believe his story is that he is Mega Man from the future, but reprogrammed by Dr. Wily. So I'm fighting myself, kind of.
Multiverse theory. It's a pain. But see, Quint had cool specs like Proto Man,
Yes.
but they just weren't cool enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Pidgeys are our hero. Dr. Wily must love playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah. So a bunch of goodies, but we ain't got time for that, so we're gonna slide.
But they're right there. You could have just... Ah, the bees. Honestly, they remind me of the bees from Mega Man 9. From Hornet Man stage. Ah, Punk.
This is my personal favorite of the Mega Man killers. I love his design.
I love how they actually added him in Battle Network.
Oh yeah.
He was Mr. Famous is in Battle 3 Blue.
Oh boy.
Look up.
This is a treacherous fall. Okay. And more spikes.
Spikes on a moving platform.
Yeah, that's always fun. I don't want to deal with this guy, so we're going to Pluto dash right through him. And here is Ballade, or Ballad.
I always forget his name.
Now, all of the Mega Man killers did appear as DLC bosses in Mega Man 10, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yes, and you could get their weapon, which is really cool. One last trap right there. And we're through. Time for the refights. And now that we have all the weapons, we can actually do the weakness order properly.
Nothing but salt water.
Not Mars. Ooh, running a little low on Mars. That's fine. Venus is very easy boss. It's funny, the way his walk animation, he actually does walk sideways like a crab.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Crab battle.
The reason he's so blue, Lemon, is because, you know, he's sad because we're getting towards the end of the game.
Not the bubbles.
Ah, almost. There we go.
Oh no, don't go after that one. Go for the one, the middle on the right.
Why?
Because.
Because?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, too easy with salt water.
And done. Alright, so you want...
Nah, I don't care. I'll just...
Okay.
See, Saturn was jealous of Ringman's ring,
Yeah.
so
Like,
too bad it didn't really help him out.
Yeah, right?
Pretty sure Starman's sitting at home going, but I could have been a part of this.
Yeah, right? Like, if they had gone with the previous format of the Game Boy games, Starman totally would have been perfect for this.
Yeah. I love how he's free to Terra as well.
Yeah, because there's, like, technically 9 Robot Masters, so the weakness order is really messed up.
And you only have to fight 8 of them.
Yep.
Ah, Pluto. Oh, you do it. Ah,
Close.
there we go.
There. Also, random little thing. You can actually cancel your slide by pressing up on the D-pad. I did not know that until like a few months ago. It's actually comes in kind of handy sometimes. There we go.
Last one.
Yep. So I'm going to shoot.
Surprise! It's Dark Moon again.
Yeah. Oh God. So I'm gonna shoot him once with the Buster. Wait for him to come over here. Boop, boop, boop. Then I'm going to take damage, stand inside, and get 2 hits in one go. One dead. And there you go.
Cheater.
Refill that, refill my Neptune.
So nice of you to give you a B-tank.
Yeah. Refill my Pluto. Okay, should be ready. And now for several screens of falling for dramatic tension.
Is that what it is?
That's what I'm guessing.
Okay. Oh no, you gotta fight Breakman now. Oh.
So in a speedrun, you actually don't want him to give you the S pill
Well,
because
yeah,
it
takes up too much time.
Yeah, it's just kind of sucks because it's at the very end of the game. So we're gonna fight a fist. It's fitting because Mega Arm versus Giant Arm.
Duo, no! Oh. I forgot it has eyes.
Yeah.
That's a little creepy.
Quite easy. But that's not all. Yeah, it is sort of a bongo style boss. Except he's not constantly doing this. A second one? Oh no!
Who saw that one coming?
Oh, you jerk. Oh, he's gonna try and pinch me. Oh no! That's okay.
Well, you're out of salt water now.
Not anymore!
It's crazy hand.
Yeah. 1, 2. There we go.
There you go.
I'm off frame. What?
He's shy.
Mega Man
He's
shy.
stage fright. He has stage fright.
Whoa, that was weird. He's supposed to walk to the other side of the screen.
Well, he was off screen.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh. Gotta cheese this boss.
Wily attacking you with a popcorn machine?
There we go. Skips the second phase if you use Saturn to defeat him.
Dang.
I think that's a glitch. I guess you could call it a glitch.
Not Sunstar. Who's Sunstar?
Sunstar is the mascot for Sunny Delight.
Sunny D. Bye, Wily.
What a twist!
The mighty Dr. Wily.
The mighty Dr. Wily.
The mighty Dr. Wily. As he runs away.
So-
I mean, strategically withdraws.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. He's very good at that.
Yes.
He does it a lot. So, I believe the only classic Mega Man game where Wily's not the final boss. Instead, it's Sunstar with this awesome track. So he has 3 phases. This is the first phase. In each phase, he destroys the floor and you fall down. Also, the gravity's weird.
At least there's another platform for you to fall on.
Yes, if it was a pit, that would be probably the best way to destroy Mega Man. And there we go. We beat him.
Well, we damaged him.
Yeah.
Is who okay?
Yeah, they don't specify who's speaking, so it's kind of confusing.
Oh, it's Mega Man. Okay.
Not enough.
Yes, that statement is true.
Yeah. Mega Man.
Unlike his future self, which fights if someone says, "I'm not a Maverick," and you go, "Yes, you are."
So Sunstar is damaged beyond repair, and his
Damaged beyond repair.
and his explosion is going to destroy the entire castle. So we got to get out. But I don't have to do anything because it's a cutscene.
Oh. Hey, Rush.
Yeah, the ending's kind of dark, a little bit.
And then the skull closes, and Mega Man sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good example of why, or a good reason why there wasn't a Mega Man 6 on here.
Right. This is a cool scene.
That is a really good scene.
Boom. That's the end of the game.
Everyone's dead. Thank you.
So thank you all so much for watching Mega Man V. I absolutely love this game. I think it's incredibly underrated. I highly recommend you play it if you haven't. You can get it on it's on the
It's on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, it's on the 3DS eShop. So I highly recommend you pick it up if you've never played it. Also, we are doing this to raise money for charity, Child's Play charity. So go to MegaMan-athon.com and click the donation link. There's tons of cool incentives and prizes you can win. I believe the grand prize, where if you donate $25 or more, you are entered in to win every Mega Man game on Switch. So Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, X Collection 1 and 2, and Mega Man 11. Mm-hmm. So that's one heck of a prize. So, yeah, donate.
As we watch Mega Man staring up to the sky. Oh, now he has places to go. This was a really good game. It was very unique. Spoke too soon.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, okay, Wiley's there.
Of course he did. We wouldn't have sequels.
Curse you, Mega Man. This war ends now.
It won't. It won't end now.
It is? Wiley? You okay?
And
Oh, hey, look, war's ended. He did what he did. He ended the war. Maybe. Oh.
apparently,
Dr. Wiley, everybody. He's here all week.
Thank you for playing.
But no, like I said, this was a really good game. It was very unique.
I put it in like my top 10 Mega Man games.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, you can pick this up on Nintendo eShop.
Or if you're crazy like me, you could get the actual cart and play it on a Super Game Boy.
So, thank you guys so much. We're gonna be going into
Mega Man 11.
right shortly. We're gonna go to that table over there. They're gonna talk all